Hold my close.
We were there for 46 days. There were a lot of bills, and it shows you what the House and Senate had passed. And then Senator Favola told me that since Senator Howell, who's on the Finance Committee, couldn't be here, I was supposed to talk about the budget. So there's the budget. Big shortfall, some salary increases, and some improvements in mental health funding. Then I think Delegate Levine might go into these more. These are some bad bills that were vetoed, or will be vetoed. We've been promised by the governor. He's going to give his veto pen a workout, and he's already vetoed some, and there's even more than this. He's going to set a record for the largest number of vetoes.
Sustain those vetoes.
We are going to sustain those vetoes. So I thought I would just talk briefly about three of my bills and mention a few other things. First, I passed a bill to promote energy storage research. Right now we have a commission on solar energy, and this would expand it to include energy storage, which is really important. Whoever can invent the way to store renewable energy is going to be the next Bill Gates. And it's important not just for renewables, which is one of the things I care most about, but also even for existing energy and integrity of the grid and being more efficient. So that's something I've worked on for a few years. We got it passed. Then, oh, that's Senator Favola. Okay. Okay, I'll leave that alone now. So another bill I passed makes it easier when you open a restaurant. Typically what happens is you get your ABC permit, but you can't get your ABC permit until you've gotten your health permit. And restaurants that open want to be able to sell wine and beer or alcohol. So this lets them do that more efficiently. Then something I've been working on for a long time, and Commonwealth's attorney is here, Theo Stamos, helped us with it this year, which is the practice of mandatory loss of driver's license for first-time marijuana offenders. Right now they lose their license for 6 months. After July 1st, assuming the governor will sign it, which we're confident he will, it'll be up to the judge whether or not someone loses their license, which is important because these are not serious crimes at all. And in fact, I've had legislation with decriminalization, which was referred to the Crime Commission this year, which is a step forward for study. I'll mention briefly that we have a bill to establish a Metro Safety Commission. Airbnb, we passed something to allow for local regulation, but not state tax regulation. And one positive note on choice, or on reproductive health care, I should say, is that women will be able to get a 12-month prescription for birth control, which is a big step forward. Right now it's, I think, 30 to 60 days. So my time is up, and we have got Senator Barbara Favola.
Oh, I'm next. Great. Well, good evening, Arlington Democrats. This is the largest crowd I think I've seen in a long time. So we must have a lot of candidates running. For the most part, we had a productive session. We did manage, the General Assembly working with the governor, we closed a $1.5 billion budget gap. And some of the pluses, in addition to what Adam Ebbin described in his slide, dollars that went for mental health actually went to support more supportive housing, which is a really necessary thing. Because remember, we're closing the training centers. The Northern Virginia Training Center is already closed, and those residents moved out to the community. And we still have residents looking for spaces. They need the supportive services that go along with the supportive housing program, and that was a really good thing we did. Unfortunately, we were not able to do some of the stuff we wanted to do in terms of training jail staff on how to assess mental health issues, how to intervene appropriately, how to ensure that, unfortunately, individuals in our jails who need mental health services can get them. Now, Arlington, of course, is doing things wonderfully and exemplary, but the rest of the state is not, and that was one of the casualties. Women's health, we had some progress, but we also had some setbacks. And when I describe to you what our setbacks are, you're going to say, "Oh boy, do we need a Democrat in the White House and in the governorship? We need it in the White House too. We need that too." Every crazy idea you hear in Washington actually percolates up in Richmond. Every crazy idea. Defunding Planned Parenthood. You know, we had the Republicans on a party line vote, and of course the Democrats are down in the Senate. We have 19 Ds and 21 Rs, but they passed a defunding bill for Planned Parenthood, which, get this, takes money away from sexual transmitted disease screening program. That was the only program that was getting money from the state, and these bobos defunded it. But the governor's going to put the money back in, so thank goodness. We had, long-acting reversible contraceptives. We were going to use non-general fund money, TANF money. Again, I don't want to seem partisan, but the Republicans messed that up as well. So we'll keep going. Arlington, thank you very much. When I was on the county board, I started what was a roundtable to prevent domestic violence, and some of the county board members have taken that on. And as it turned out, I think Libby Garvey and Katie Crystal has really stepped up to the plate to help us with this bar bystander training program. And I now have it in the state ABC training program module. So that's a really good thing. I did a lot in perks, and what can I say? I chair the Sexual Assault Advisory Committee, and I also chair the Commission on Youth, and I serve on 3 other committees in the Senate, and it is a pleasure and an honor to represent you in Richmond.